everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Meet, the international broadcast program for international communication in Chongqing, produced by the WCICO. I'm your host, Alex. Recently, American influencer Cyrus shared his unique perspective on Chongqing in our special program. He later invited us to Guangzhou, so my colleague James and I decided to take that challenge on, and it was actually amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts and get ready for the ultimate travel showdown.
Today, we embark on a thrilling race that pits the speed and convenience of air travel against the scenic and steady journey by rail.
In one corner, we have the high-flying airplane cutting through the skies at breakneck speeds.
In the other, the trusty train, gliding over tracks with the promise of comfort and breathtaking views.
Well, who will reach the destination first?
Which mode of transportation will reign supreme?
Join us as we uncover the winner in this epic battle of plane versus trains. See you there. Cyrus highlighted China's impressive transportation network, where travel by plane or high-speed train is fast and convenient. This sparked my curiosity. So James and I will compare the journey's comfort and speed. And don't miss the surprise at the end. Are you ready for it? Let's go. Time check is about 7:20 a.m. He's heading to the airport because he needs 2 hours before check-in. And I'm heading to the train station. In fact, I better get going. I'm going to meet a friend in Guangzhou, or James is going to meet him first at the W Hotel, located right in the center of beautiful Guangzhou. My adventure started in the center of the business district in Chongqing, and I'm heading out towards the West Chongqing rail station, approximately 20 kilometers. I use an application called Didi, and if you're arriving for China to your first time here, download Didi. It's actually in English, and the price to go 18 kilometers to the train station, ready for it? About $5 US to go 20 kilometers.
You know, there's a really posh hotel on the 62nd floor of this building right next to us here. So we're going to go up there, and they've got this beautiful buffet breakfast. This low-cost airline doesn't have any food served. So yeah, I'm going to get my fill, and that will give me plenty of energy for the day as part of my breakfast today with a stunning city view. So I'm just going to get back and enjoy this coffee.
Now, I actually got here in very good time. It took me only 30 minutes. And I used an app called C-Trip. Now, you can see by scrolling through this app, it's quite easy. You can get trains, planes, cars, taxis, hotel rooms, you name it. Now, I have an e-ticket, so all I have to do is show my identification, and they'll let me in right away. But this is the Chongqing West Station. And different tracks, of course. There's high-speed rail, then there's the Fuxing line that does 350 kilometers per hour. And we're going to be on one of those trains today.
So I've just ordered a taxi on Didi. He should be coming up to the main entrance to pick me up. Okay, yeah, so this nice man is putting the suitcase in the back for me.
So you see there's my train there. It leaves at 8:39 a.m. to Guangzhou. Look how easy it is, guys. Now look at this. There's a 3711 just pulled in for us, okay? The Fuxing line, okay? It doesn't get much better than this.
I'd have to say this massage is pretty cozy. And I've got plenty of time, so I've got 8 minutes to spare. Before I get on the plane, I'm going to quickly show you what shops and amenities they have around here. Again, they have plenty of snacks, food, souvenirs, stalls.
She serves us a choice of black tea, green tea, water.
And this is the plane that's going to take us to Guangzhou. I have to say this airplane is pretty cozy, and they even have like these soft leather seats. Okay, I just bought a plain economy seat. We just passed a couple of different compartments where the rest have had like premium economy. And the seats were a bit more spacious. So I think once we're up in the air, maybe I'll have a drink, have a little nap, get some views out of the window, and we'll be there in no time. It's just gone exactly 11 a.m. and we're about to pull off the tarmac now, so I'll see you in the air. We're going at about 337 kilometers right now.
I hear the peak is about 349, 350 plus or minus 1 kilometer. The seat's quite nice here. I'm in the first class area. First class is not the highest class. The highest class is business class. Business class area. Look at this. You know what? I'm going to do this on the way back. Very caring staff that are very helpful to the elderly people here. Wheelchair service. You know, there are a lot of interesting things. There's a lot of leg room here, a lot of seat room, you can see, and a lot of confidence with the trains here. This is a hot tea that is sitting in the windowsill. Very balanced. That was my seat for the last 5 hours and 47 minutes. Chair table, lots of little amenities to plug in, beautiful window seats, and of course, a train that comes right on time. In fact, 1 minute earlier.
What an intense competition, but it's not over yet. The final destination is the hotel. Let's see who will reach it first.
It's just gone 1:15 in the afternoon, and we have got off the plane here in Guangzhou Airport. So now I've got to go and find my suitcase at the conveyor belt. Then I'm going to try and find line 3, and that is going to take us towards the hotel in downtown Guangzhou. So let's see how it goes. I'll just come down the escalator, and on this public sign here, I can see that the metro is to the left. Okay, it looks as if I actually have to leave the station with my QR code and then get out and go back in at the next station. Okay, so this is a bit complicated. We are officially on the right track. It's 2:25. Alex should be moments away from pulling into Guangzhou. I've got 4 stops on the subway train, and then I'll be very close to the hotel. Okay, so this is where the dot to the finishing line starts.
It's 2:30 now, and I have to, well, get to that hotel. We are going to meet at the beautiful W Hotel here in Guangzhou. At Guangzhou, city of almost 20 million. These are guiding people how to take the metro into town, the Guangzhou lines. Line 222, Foshan is another city. 241, and I've got to see if I can still beat James. I rather doubt it. He has a bit of an advantage on me, but let's see if we can still pull this off. Now, that was pretty easy to come out of the train station there. There's lots of taxis, lots of infrastructure, lots of metro lines, lots of bus lines, you name it.
This is the Guangzhou W Hotel where we are going to be staying. And finally, we've made it into the hotel lobby, and it looks as if I'm the first here. I guess I won the race. There's the man himself. Oh, so it's great to see you. Oh, how's it going? Yeah.
Well, welcome to rush hour traffic now, and we are in the taxi. And there is the time. It took me a little bit of time to get the taxi, but we're 10 to 3 now. I'm sure James is probably sitting in the W Hotel enjoying a cocktail. Well, everyone, I made it to the W Hotel. Unfortunately, James has already arrived. We're going to see the gentleman here. Ding dong. Cyrus Jansen and James should be in here. We hope they're, and there they are. Oh, fantastic. Well, it looks like James beat me to the center here in Guangzhou to the W Hotel. Planes versus trains, my friend.
The plane is obviously a lot faster, and I went for that sneaky breakfast, you know.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I think by the time I was taking off, you'd already been on the train for about 2 hours or so. But actually, in the end, it was like closer than I thought. Because you came into that hotel room maybe like no more than like 1 hour after I arrived myself, and I was like trying to get here quick. I've always been a big fan of the traditional green trains as well. Yeah, but if you're not in a big hurry, you have some time to watch the country roll by, and I'm sure you saw today. You get so many different kind of landscapes in China. You have the mountains and rivers of China. Then you go through like Guilin and Guangxi. You have all of those those karst landscapes and all that.
Well, anyway, guys, that's it. And wonderful day. Over 45,000 high-speed rail tracks, over 200 and some airports here in China. Remember the surprise I mentioned? The first one to reach Guangzhou gets to interview Cyrus, the popular YouTube influencer with nearly 700,000 followers. Well, congrats to James for winning this chance. Now, let's dive into some highlights from their interview.
James, such a pleasure to be in Guangzhou and meet up with a fellow expat. And let's go have a little walk and talk. Let's go tell the people a little bit about our story today. So James, I first came to China in 2007. Never been to China, didn't know a single Chinese word, but it was the opportunity and the excitement. My first job in China was actually a golf professional, so I actually came to teach golf in China. For me, it was just so much fun being able to do two things that I love the most was, being in China, learning Chinese, falling in love with this country, the people, the culture, the history, and then also being able to do it and grow the game of golf was amazing. And James, how about you? How has China changed in your eyes? And you've been over here for 20 years. I mean, and I know you've seen Chongqing tremendously change in the last 20 years.
Yeah, I remember when I first came, it was nowhere near as developed as it is today.
Right.
Yeah, it was already a big city by Western standards in that year, but
right.
by Chinese standards, it was still fairly small and undeveloped.
Right.
The city has expanded, so much. But then obviously, in 2003, Chongqing was still in that stage of, rapid development.
Right.
So, that also had a big consequence, on the environments there.
Right.
So I remember in 2003, just to put it bluntly, the air quality was terrible in those days.
Yeah. We've seen a tangible result in the government's shift in really, moving away and prioritizing reducing this pollution. And China now, #1 leader in the world in renewable energy. I mean, absolutely astonishing lead in the amount of solar power that they're producing. Wind turbine power, astonishing lead. Obviously, goes without saying, absolute domination on electric vehicles, which are completely changing the world. Things I want people to really understand a little bit more about this country. And I think that's something that we can certainly do and, definitely foster this message of peace and understanding and trying to get the world together. I think, you and I would probably be very aligned on that goal and trying to help people understand China. If you really come to China with an open mind and really come to experiencing for what it is, I think most people coming here would be pleasantly surprised. I think they might even be shocked on just, wow, I never would have imagined China was like this. And just to see how amazing the infrastructure is, how clean the streets are, how friendly the people are, what a great time you can actually have in China, and what a great quality of life you can have here as well. And there's just a lot of people that need to understand that, and this is why we're excited to have these YouTube channels and kind of push this out. Thank you, James. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's do this again sometime.
Absolutely.
That's all for today's program. I hope you enjoy it. Let's meet, showcasing new Chongqing to the world. I'm your host, Alex. See you next time. Bye for now.